What's up, BÜM family? We are giving a few more minutes for people to jump on. Where's my hostess with the mostest? Hold on, let me see. Here we go. How is everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Amazing.
Absolutely fabulous.
It's a good day today.
Doing wonderful this morning.
Where are we calling in from, you guys? I see Chicago's in the house. Who else?
Sure, you're right. Chi-Town. Denver, Colorado.
Houston, Texas.
Great morning from Columbia, South Carolina.
Brooklyn Center, Minnesota.
Down to GA.
Nashville, Tennessee.
San Miguel de Allende, Mexico.
Amazing.
Hey.
San Diego on the West Coast.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. That's good. Where's my Elijah? You good with the slides and everything?
Yes, sir. We're good to go.
Okay, perfect. We'll give it a few more minutes, you guys. And I'm doing 3 things at once. This call got doing daddy duties unexpectedly. So hopefully she doesn't make too much noise. Try to put her to sleep before this call, but you know how some of you guys have kids, you guys know how it is. Well, listen, we got something really good, some training for you guys, which I'm really super excited for. Taking over flight school for MK and T Gray, and didn't want to not have a flight school when they asked me the question last week. You know, with the momentum that we have, with the newness that we have, I'm just a firm believer that we need to really hone in on the opportunity of a quantum leap that's really here. So Elijah, what you got to say about that, brother?
I mean, honestly, Mr. Gibson is spot on. You always say it's easier to keep the momentum than to lose it and then regain it. So why stop it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get about 2 more minutes, you guys, and then we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. Today won't be a long call, but it will be beneficial for you guys, I promise you. Let's start with some good news. Anybody got some good news this week? I can't see everybody's screen. Y'all making this call a little dry. Come on now. I can't see everybody's beautiful faces today. What's some good news?
Man, listen, I can start the good news right now. Listen, I'm feeling amazing. Got my new apartment, got the new setup. So honestly, I'm ready to get situated. Because when you get the order, then you can get into the movement, right? So excited about that. Business has been good. The gym's been good. Looking forward to keeping it going.
Awesome. D Money here. Good news. Auntie been trying to kill me at the gym, but it's working out. And that okra water, I'm getting accustomed to it. But, working on me from the inside out, getting ready for our October event. So, for those of you not ready, you're going to miss out. Excuse the shameless plug.
And I got some good news. I talked to a guy yesterday that's trying to clear his schedule out so he can join us in October at the event there in Indianapolis. So gonna have another guest there with me.
I don't know who all got their put I in the chat if you guys got your tickets to Indiana, either virtual or in person. I don't even know who's all coming actually, so I need to really keep a head count so we can do some special things. That's amazing. That's good, Ron. Who else?
Finally getting some work done on my house.
That's always good.
And I have a question. Can we still do the virtual for your event?
Yeah. I will I'll give out my number to you and make sure that you know where to send everything out.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Who else? We'll take two more, you guys. We're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling.
There's a question in the chat saying, where is the October event? And is HB coming out? Will you share?
You must not have been on flight school or the calls that we've had. We've been talking about this for the last 2.5 some weeks. Mr. Bugs will be coming out to Indianapolis. Well, you'll be flying into Indianapolis, Indiana, but I live in Fishers, Indiana. All the details are on the flyer. Just reach out to me and I'll give you all the details. I'll put in the chat my phone number for you to shoot me a text. But Mr. Bugs will be in attendance. It's called What to Do with $1, and the theme is figure it out. We got some special things. I'll take two more, you guys, for some good news, and we'll get this thing going. Elijah, get the slides ready for us if you can.
So I got some good news. I look good. I look really good. Some would even argue that I'm in comparison to Mr. Gibson. So yeah, that's my good news for this morning.
Oh, loving the vanity.
I have some cool gadgets that arrives very soon, and I'm going to bring it to the event in Indy.
Amazing.
Is there a way that the flyer can be placed in the chat? It'll make it so much easier for folks who miss the number or whatever.
No, I don't have that. My assistant has that, so she's not on the line right now.
Can't we post it on WhatsApp under Telegram a little later?
Yes, but a lot of people on the line is not on WhatsApp or Telegram.
Okay.
Which flyer is it, Darrin? Was it the flyer with your number on?
No, they're talking about the slides on how they can purchase the tickets. I'm assuming.
Ah, okay, that's that one.
Maybe Stina, you can create something with the PayPal and all that stuff before the call is over. Then you can put on there at the end for them to lock in on.
Yeah, sure. I can do it within the next 10 minutes. Then you'll have it in the chat.
Great, perfect. Thank you. Let's get this thing going. Elijah, pull up the slides. Now let's talk about what's going on in the business, and then we're going to get into the training. How about that?
Sounds good to me. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's kind of it's big on my side. I don't know if it's zoomed in on everybody else's side, but it's zoomed in on my side.
Same thing here.
I'm gonna do it this way instead. How about now? Y'all can see the entire. You can see the entire screen.
Yes.
Looking
Perfect.
good?
That's
Awesome.
it.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
disclaimer. I'll start with a disclaimer. Obviously, it's what you do with the business, you guys. Some people are going to make a lot of money. Some people are going to make nothing. Some people are going to make a little. It depends on your work ethic. So this company does not promise you anything, but it will promise you if you put in the work, you will get rewarded based off of your efforts. So disclaimer is on the line.
Oh my gosh. The slides is going crazy today. Hold on. We are having some technical difficulties.
I'd rather, this is why I have you hosting. I'd rather you do this here with Flight School than you do it with Mr. Bugs in Indiana, because you are the host in Indiana, brother, man. So go ahead and practice.
Shit, by that time,
everybody bear with him, all right?
Bear with him, right? All right, let's do it like this, because I don't know why it's doing that. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. All right, there we go. There we go. Listen, technical difficulties aside, are we good? Are we good? Everything's back in motion.
GPS family, listen.
A video? What is going on? This is looking crazy, y'all. This is looking crazy. Like, I don't know why it's doing that, actually.
Gremlins are taking over, man.
Yeah, no, literally, I feel like I'm getting hacked right now. What is happening? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it separate. Yeah, make that full screen. JaVale said, "Can't stop the greatness." Hold on.
You should have just been able, I sent it over to you through WhatsApp. You should have just been able to just hit that, then it just went straight to PowerPoint.
Yeah, but for some reason it's pulling up in a different location. So I'm gonna just move it to a different part real quick. Which is crazy.
Okay, perfect. Well, look, listen, while he's doing that, you guys, we are in the blue zone, okay? So wherever I leave off at, Elijah, just go ahead and show the slides. But we are definitely in the blue zone, you guys. Who can explain what the blue zone is? Somebody explain what the blue zone is. Who pays attention to Mr. Bugs trainings? Who's gonna meet your line, you guys? Come on. It's gonna be a different flight school call. Who can explain what the blue zone is?
Massive sponsoring, massive getting the news out and inviting people to join the community, the opportunity, and the community.
Absolutely. So we are master sponsoring, right? So this is when you are now going to your follow-ups, going to the individuals. This is where you're creating momentum and you are wanting to make a quantum leap in your business and you're telling everybody, hey, listen, this is when you're having urgency, okay? We were talking about this yesterday on the call. You're having urgency when it comes to the business. Hey, I call it the position, right? Position call. Hey, listen, I'm positioning you in a good opportunity. Before I plug in all these different individuals I'm about to plug in, I have a big goal of what I want to accomplish. And you are one of the few that I've contacted to be frontline of the foundation. So blue sponsoring, I love the blue zone. This is when I go crazy inside the business. This is when I really recruit the most people. This is when we were talking about this yesterday's Mr. Smith, where individuals, they don't even know too much about the business or the product or the service. They are just simply signing up off of your urgency and your excitement. So we are now in the blue zone. Next slide. Good. I already went through all that. Go ahead. Next slide. Next slide. Perfect. Trade Buddy. Who's been on Trade Buddy? Has Buddy been buddying or what? As you guys can see, the win ratio is 80% and all the max piss is 1,710. Who has been on the Trade Buddy? You looking at gold, you looking at GBP, you looking at USD, you looking at all these different things that Trade Buddy has made a lot of money in. So who's made some money in the marketplace this month or this week?
I did.
I did, Mr. Gibson.
Good. Elijah, you want to go how much money? If they would have took all of what Trade Buddy was offering, suggesting, would you want to talk about how much money they would have made?
I mean, if they can see the screen, Mr. Gibson, they would walk away with a pretty penny, 20 grand. I'm sure no one's hurting on 20 grand, right? We all would have wanted that, right?
Not too much.
Yeah, I would have walked away with 20 grand for sure. So I mean, honestly, Buddy has been spot on, and it's really a no-brainer. I like how no-brainer rang.
Mute some people on this.
Hold on, let me. You got that, Mr. Gibson?
Yep. All right. Next slide.
Perfect.
Next event, 3-day network marketing big check challenge, September 26th. Some of you guys have been asking, why, Darrin, did you guys move the event back? I had a conversation with Mr. Bugs, and our event was supposed to be on this weekend right here. And Mr. Bugs said, hey, man, listen, I want to participate in the event in Indiana. I haven't been out there in a while, and I got some stuff I want to talk about. And we came up with a nickname on what we can call it. And whenever a CEO or whenever Mr. Bugs, tells me to move a date for him to be able to participate, I get super excited. I don't know. Do you guys get excited about that? Put yes in the chat if you guys get excited when somebody you look up to, a mentor, says, hey man, I want to participate. I want to be there because I got some things I need to share. And I want to, here's the thing too. When it comes to these events, the next event, the Big Check Challenge, right? I encourage you guys to join that. Not only join it, but bring people on there. And afterwards, when you guys bring your individuals on there, you bring them to the event it's called BAM Fam, book a meeting from a meeting. You can BAM Fam them to the next event where they can actually see the guy that was giving the training September 26th in the event of October 3rd, 5th, and 4th and 5th. And it just opens up their mindsets. They get to see the whole movie. They get to see the whole vision. And that's when they can make the decision on what they want to do. So Elijah, how important are these events? Have you been on one of these rank up calls or these big check challenges or anything?
Of course, Mr. Gibson. Anytime Mr. Buzz is doing a webinar or the 3-day challenge, I'm always getting a spot just because putting a yes in the chat, if you know events really change lives. And you know with Mr. Buzz, he doesn't have to do anything. It'd be 5 people, 50 people, 500 people. He gonna give you the whole thing, right? So honestly, every time Mr. Bugs does an event, I'm here, pen and paper, excited, taking the notes. Even the one last weekend was super impactful when he was breaking down the identity, he was breaking down the different languages, he was breaking down the systems. And at this point, who would you want to learn from other than Mr. Bugs?
Well, the biggest thing I learned, he went Facebook Live or Instagram Live the other day, and he said something really, really, profound. He said, there's a difference between recruiters and builders. And I want you guys to really take this in. There's a big difference between recruiters and builders. And what he means by that is recruiters, they want all the recognition. There's nothing wrong with that. You deserve the recognition, but you got to get past just the recognition. We're in this business to get a profit. We're in this business to build a business, build a team, build a community, as what D Money just said. But there's a difference between recruiting and there's a difference between building. And what he said is recruiters, they just recruit. And this is what he said as well. He said it doesn't take you to recruit 100 people for you to make $1 million a month. And a lot of individuals, I'm sorry. This is flight school. This ain't my call. I'm sorry. Can I talk the way I talk to you guys? Just put yes in the chat. Can I be frank today? Is that cool? I know I'm holding my daughter, and I know you guys know what happens when Frank comes out, right? Okay, so it doesn't take a lot of people for you to recruit for you to make $1 million a month. But what it does take is for you to build a solid business and go down the ledge, which we'll talk about today. But there's a difference between recruiting and building. He said the difference between the builders, some of the times you don't even see the builders on stage. Some of the times you don't even see the builders motivating or inspiring or doing what we do all the time on Zoom calls, whatever the case may be. Some of these builders, have you ever been to an event, you guys, and you see the person that's making the most money, but they talk the least and they're not really on stage and they're massive builders. But there's one thing that the builders have in common, is what Mr. Bug said. He said, check their calendar. You'll see where they are traveling. You'll see the places that they are going. You'll see the communities, the environments that they're building up. Not just going where the glory is already there, but they're going where they can build a story. So look at the people's calendar. So I encourage you guys, look at yourselves, look at your calendars. If you see yourself as a builder, you have to put these events on your calendar. And this event is going to be massive. So I'm super, super excited for it alongside with Indiana. Next slide. Next slide. Perfect. Stay connected in the community. Obviously, we got the WhatsApp community, Telegram, for people that want to know what's going on in the community. You want to stay connected. You screenshot this if you guys are not a part of it. And also, we have our own team stuff. We need to put our own team stuff on there as well, so you guys stay connected as well. Next slide. Chargebacks. Obviously, if you are charged back, you will be terminated. BüüM family, we do not do chargeback, so make sure you tell your people no chargeback, no whatsoever. Next slide. Do not, oh no, this is very important. Do not trade for, do not trade for anybody. Do not give your money to anybody to trade. Ibüüm is not responsible for your losses. Do not give anyone any funds for you to trade. Unless it's Mr. Bugs or FX Rich, or I'm just playing. The rank up movement. Let's talk about, we just talked about the rank up movement. But go ahead, Elijah. What do you got to say about the rank up movement?
Well, I think what Mr. Bugs said something very important when he was talking about the first half of his life was accumulation, and he's maneuvering into the impact portion. This movement from the AI to the exact details, not even people in just Ibüümerang, just people in different industries, people in networkers, people in real estate, everyone's being a part of this community, a part of this movement, so that they can take the knowledge, they could take the mindset and apply it to whatever it is they're building over here. So I think it's phenomenal, man. Honestly.
Absolutely, yes. It's where people are coming together, and just like it's called rank up movement. So individuals are coming together to rank advance and move up and rank and build a business. Next slide. Obviously, there's trading. There's recordings as well for the rank up as well. Trading calls recorded are now on iBoom Hub, which is amazing. People have been asking for it, and now you guys got it. Next slide. YouTube playlist is on the iBoom Hub as well, on YouTube as well. Check it out. If you guys are having events, okay, screen. If you guys are having events, if you guys are having anything on Zoom calls, check them out. Life's good.
Same deal for this one as well. We had Profit Snatchers the other day. We're bringing that back full swing. So if you can log in and see the testimonials on Rank Up, and you can actually use that for your newest person who wants to know, hey, listen, I've been looking to learn to get trading. Hey, listen, how much can I earn? Hey, listen, does this fit into my lifestyle? I don't have a lot of time. You can actually use those testimonies, because for every story, there's a person. You're playing the matchmaker, and those videos, those small testimonies make it so much easier for you to plug and play with your newest person so that they can see the value of it. So you can just go into the Rank Up, grab it, share it. We say, don't be a fool, use the tool, and that'll help them and you both level up and rank up in a major way.
Perfect. And please, if you guys are snatching profits, I saw some of you guys say on this Zoom that you guys made some money in the marketplace. Look, the more testimonies that we have, the better the company looks, the better Trade Buddy looks, and it's a team effort, you guys. If you guys, I don't care what the profit is, just send it over to us, because we want to shout you guys out, especially on Flight School, or we want to shout you guys out through the company. Next slide. Bitcoin and Beyond with your girl D Hardy every Saturday, you guys, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know she had to cancel last, I think, believe last week or something like that. She's in Mexico right now, I believe, right? And but is she still doing that today? FX, do you know that?
No. For the next 3 weeks, it's going to be canceled because of HB next week, your event the next week. So she's not going to be on until the week after your event.
Okay, all right, perfect. So you guys heard it from FX. But if you guys are here, you guys will get all the benefits, and then if you guys are with Mr. Bugs as well, you guys will get the benefits as well of the training as well. So on D Hardy, I'm pretty sure she's always talking about trading. So make sure you guys know where she's at. Next slide. Elijah.
Oh, well, yeah, this is the schedule for Profit Snatchers. I'm not sure if you guys missed last week's, but it's going to be the first and third Wednesday of every month. We have the America version, and we may bring back the UK, but for now we're focusing on the States. Wednesday, 8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. EST, PST. We don't even know. That's like 6, right? That's like 5 or 6. But whatever it is, you can find it right here.
This is the only call for today, you guys. Hopefully we bring value to you guys, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are having events. I got some events I got to do as well. So, but this is the only corporate call that we have today. So let's lock in.
Oh,
stop sharing your screen now. Okay, perfect. So I want to go into just 4 steps, you guys, really quick, 4 steps on what to do, because a lot of individuals, we got some new individuals, we got some individuals that are looking to finally build. They've been trading for quite some time, but now they're looking to build, and they're looking for the 4 steps. They're looking for some steps on what to do when they get started with the business. And I know when you guys join calls and you guys join a community like this, there's so many things thrown at you. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like when you join something like this, it's like a tornado of things. I believe Michelle Willer, you asked, you like, what do I have to do? Darrin threw so many things at us. What's 1 step? What's 2 steps? Whatever it is. I'm going to give you four steps Mr. Bugs taught me a few years ago on how to first get somebody started. So it's not just on you getting started, but it's also how you get your people started as well, so that they can be in the best possible position to get the best profits that they're looking for. So the first step is this. Okay. The first step is when I first get somebody started in the business is very, very important. We talked about it yesterday on the Fire Friday call, which is developing your why and developing your story. You guys know that facts tell, stories sell, right? It's all about developing your story, how you got started, your pain point, why you were excited. You see, I say less about the business, less about the product, less about the company. It's more about your story of why you got excited. And I would get really good at my story. Before I have anybody talking to anyone, I would have them write down or record their story and send it over to me so that I can see if it's attractive enough for people to want to lean into. All right, you want people to lean into your story, not lean back. Elijah, share your story really fast.
perfect. For blue, green, don't matter. Just in general.
Share your story.
Well, listen, man, I'll never forget. I was 22 at the time. I just got back from Cancun. I was in Cancun for a family trip. Just decided I wasn't going to get my PhD in neuroscience, and I was trying to figure it out. Has anyone ever tried to figure it out before? Just put in the chat if you didn't know what you want to do, you just knew you wanted something different, right? And I had just got back from Cancun, and earlier that year, I had invested $6 grand into a personal development, Bob Proctor, Grant Cardone, all this stuff. And I got home and I got on Facebook. Now, listen, I know we may have some seasoned folks on the line, right? But I was on Facebook and I thought Facebook was for old people. And I got a message. I was like, what is this? Okay, cool. Let me look at it. And there was a lady said, hey, listen, you know, I have a guy who was practically family to Bob Proctor. I could connect you. You know, me, I was okay, cool. Let's make it happen. Got connected. One thing led to another. And I heard the story. Hey, listen, I know you had a goal at the time. I had a goal of $500,000 in assets because I wanted to do certain things. And he said, hey, listen, I know you have this goal, but who's helping you? And I was like, well, it's just me, myself, and I. Have y'all ever set a goal and it was just you, right? And I was like, hey, listen, I don't know anything about anything. I didn't see a presentation. I didn't see a video. I didn't see a corporate. All I had was a one-on-one conversation, but I knew I wanted something different. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I couldn't stay where I was. And so I said, hey, listen, I'm going to do something different because every time in my life, anytime I changed, it was because of a relationship, because of a person and not just the information. So I said, hey, listen, I may be a little bit skeptical. I may not know everything, but I'm going to take a step forward and find out where this thing goes. And so I got connected and I got on the line, on the call, just like this with people all over the world who had no idea who they were. And I saw an individual like Mr. Gibson, and I heard his story about how he was 22, 23, had success at an early age, traveled all around the world, helped a lot of individuals. And I said, that's someone I want to be. Because I didn't know it at the time. I was in real estate wholesaling, I was in insurance, I was in all these different businesses, but I didn't know that everywhere I went, my mind went with me. Has anyone felt stuck before? Like you keep changing it up, but you keep getting the same results? Or is that just me? Talk back to me. Yes? Okay, D Money. Okay, it's me, D Money.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I was like, Mr. Gibson, you got the cheat codes, you got the mind. What is it? And he said, son, listen, if you haven't done 6 figures at least on the yearly, you shouldn't be looking for products. You shouldn't even be looking for platforms. If you really want to make a difference, you got to develop. You got to sharpen your communication. You got to sharpen your belief system. You got to sharpen your vision. And that's going to make the difference. And I said, you know what? I can grow here. Let me put my seed in the soil. And I got started without seeing anything at all. At all. So for the newest individual, I saw a way that I could not only become someone bigger, but I saw a way that I could be myself, my authentic self, and I can help people by who I become. I saw an opportunity, I saw a community that will allow you to keep growing. And as you build you Incorporated, those people who you love, trust, and respect, they can subscribe to you, subscribe to who you're becoming, and everybody can win in a major way. And that's why I say collaboration is currency. So I said, let's make this thing happen. Yeah, that's how I say my story.
Put some fire in the chat for him. Now that story was good for an event. It was good for maybe a Zoom call, okay?
Oh, you meant like one-on-one, like real quick.
It's okay, it's all right. So who wants to share their story? A quick 30-second story. I'm gonna start calling people out. Travell, come on. This is gonna be like school all over again. Come on, Travell.
I knew you was gonna call me. I was trying to go ahead and unmute because I knew you was gonna call me. Okay, so my story is I'm a country boy from a small town called Apple, Georgia, population of 500 and not growing. You know, I found myself in a dark space. You know, I had everything was, you know, a job, all these different things. My job ended up firing me wrongfully, and I found myself behind on my bills. You know, car about to get repossessed. you know, and one day I came home just to find out that my lights, Georgia Power had took they lights back. You know, they cut my power off. So not only was I in a dark place in my house, I was in a dark place in my life. And an opportunity that I said no to for 6 months came back around in the middle of the time that it was the darkest moments of my life. And I came across $600 while I was sitting in the dark. And I was asking myself, should I pay to get my lights cut back on? Or should I invest into this business that I didn't even know it was going to work? So I stepped out on faith and I invested the $600 into the business. Most people would have paid to get their lights cut back on because they can be in the dark. But in me, I was like, how I'm going to make it happen if I don't have a job next month? So I invested into that business. Didn't even know what it, you know, something I said no to for the longest, but I invested in it, got my money right back, and within a week, got my lights cut back on. And then it led me into this amazing opportunity right here. Now I can share my pain and show people how I can put my pain into purpose, and they can do the same exact thing. And so that's why I love this industry. And I was just fired up on who else I can impact moving forward. And right over to you.
Good. So I encourage you, just keep writing that down. Just keep writing down and keep going over it. Keep going over it. The more and more you keep practicing it with people and sharing it, the more you know, just more direct you're going to be. The more, you know, you're not going around the bush and etc. Remember, people don't have a lot of time. See, developing your why and first of all, developing your why is going to take some time. You write down your why. The more whys you have, the more ways you'll make, right? So make sure everybody has, I'll never forget, my mentor, Bob Proctor, had me write 500 reasons why this business. The reason why it was 500 was because it opened up my mindset to, because I had a big goal. I had a big goal of millions of dollars a year and millions of dollars a month and helping a lot of people. So you got to have a lot of whys, right? So I had to write down. So the smaller the goal that you have, the less whys you need to have. So it's very important you write down your whys, but developing your story is very, very major because people don't care about your story. They really don't, just being honest with you. They care about themselves. So your story is not for you to sound good to them. Your story is for them to put their lifestyle inside your story. Man, my light bills came off. You know, Travell just said maybe that person's light bill came off as well. Man, I didn't have a lot of money at the time. Maybe they don't have the money at the time as well. Man, I was very skeptical years ago. Maybe they're skeptical right now today. You know, I'm very shy. I'm an introvert. Maybe they're an introvert today. Your story is for them. It's not for you. Your story is to close objections before they even come up with the objection. Hey, listen, guys, my name's Darrin, and you know, I got presented this opportunity when I was back in 20 when I was 21. Actually, I said no to this opportunity for a year and a half. It was the craziest business mistake I've ever made a day in my life because I was skeptical. And my mentor told me that broke people can't be skeptical. You got to have some money for it if you want to be skeptical. And I'm thinking, wow. When I heard that, I was like, wow, I'm broke. I can't be skeptical. Wait a minute, I can't. He's talking about me. So I put all this stuff inside my story for them to be relatable. So that when you do ask for the decision, they can't come with the objections because you've already said it to them. Is this making sense? So you write down your story. I encourage you guys to get with some groups and start sharing your stories with each other. And not making it long. Okay, because people's attention spans are very slim. It's called elevator pitch for a reason. You're in the elevator for a short period of time. You have to catch their attention in a very short period of time. I'll take two more, you guys. Who wants to participate in this? This is good. This is good training right here. Who wants to participate in it? Sharing their story really quickly. We're gonna have people jumping off too. They're gonna be like, man, Darrin gonna call on me.
I'll do it.
I'm happy to share my story, Darrin, if nobody else wants
Absolutely,
to do it.
Pat. Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
Okay, so my story is An interesting one. I was walking down the street one day. This lady says to me, "I know you like to travel, so come in and see a presentation." I'm like, "Lady, I got some things to do, and I'm very busy. I don't have time." She says, "Well, when will you have time?" And I thought, well, just let me look at it, because I resent being approached by somebody. I knew the lady, but I resent being approached on somebody else's timeline. So I went in, I had a look. When I said I would do it by, via Zoom. And then, I signed up literally because I saw the possibilities, not for me, but for how I could impact other people. And then I started listening to people's stories, and I hear things, I was broke, I didn't, my bills, my lights were shut off, my car's repossessed, and I didn't have any of that experience. So for a while, having chosen to sign up, I'm thinking I had to step back because I didn't have any of that experience. I was retired and had money in the bank, didn't have any debt, and life was good. So I'm like, how can I utilize this experience that I'm going through to help somebody else? There is my story.
So you just hit something on, really, really good. You didn't experience being broke, busted, disgusted. You're retired, money's coming in. And see, this is the importance of, I don't know why everybody uses the broke, busted, disgusted like everybody's broke, busted, disgusted. There's people that have money out here, right? There's people that have security, that have some financial gains. So this is why multiple different stories is very, very important. Okay. So that's really good what you just said, Patlin, because everybody's not broke, busted, disgusted. You're absolutely right. And you almost said no because you thought that you were in the wrong room. So this must be for broke people. Right? So that's really absolutely that's awesome. Good stuff, Patlin. Who's next? Was it you, D Money?
Yes, sir. My story is my brother James Riddick Jr. was looking for an opportunity for over 20 years. And he told the family, because he had been active before, making real money. And he said, "When I find it, I'll let you know." So one day he walked into my dad's kitchen and he said, "I found it, I found it, I found it. You want in?" He didn't know how to say the name of the company. He couldn't tell me any history. He couldn't tell me who was doing what. He couldn't even spell it. And I said to him, "Is that a trick question?" "Yes, I'm in. I want it all. I'm greedy. I want it all." So he got all my information, got me in. And the thing I loved about it was the travel. We were in at the very beginning, and it was the I Go. And we could travel for up to, get up to 35% off on all your travel related activities. But if you became part of the company, it was more. And then we kept traveling so much until we found out you could even get more than 70% off because it happened for us. I was thrilled. And then my brother, James, would dangle the carrot in front of my other brothers and say, "You better get in before she does, or you won't be able to get as much as she does." So the family came in together, which I know is rare, but we did it as a family thing and we hit it hard as a family. Then the opportunity began to grow and we began to seize that too. Back to you, Mr. Darrin.
Amazing. So you guys made it a family affair. James Riddick with his big mouth came in there and said, "Hey, I got something for you that's going to change the course of everybody's life." Amazing. Good. So who has anything to say about sharing their story? Any questions with that or anything?
I would just say, Mr. Gibson, I like when you told us the story is really not for us, it's for them. And so going off just asking the right questions to see where they at, you can either use your story or somebody else. That's why it's good to know other people's stories, because if your story doesn't relate to that person, you can use Miss Pat's story to a person who already financially and have money in the bank and retired to pique their interest instead of using your own story. So that's why I feel like that's great, and stories are important.
They say in the great debate, and when we're in high school or great debaters, whatever it is, the person that talks first is going to lose. So it's always, I'm always asking questions for the person before I share my story so that I can tailor my story around their lifestyle. I want to know them first before I share my story. Does that make sense? Who else has something to say about that? Okay, perfect. Let's move on. So the number one is developing your why, developing your story. And I'm telling you guys, have fun with developing your why. Have fun with it. Get after this call or whenever you guys have time, just write down a couple of reasons why this business. Stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home mom, and the more and more you keep writing down, you're massaging your mindset. It's like your mind is a muscle, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. So you got to keep exercising it. You might get stuck at 20 whys. You might get stuck at 50 whys, but come back to it and say, oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about that. I forgot about this. And then you'll see how the universe or God blesses you when it comes to you attracting the people that you wrote down on that piece of paper. I promise you, magic works when you write it down. Next one is building your list of 50 customers and 50 distributors, people that you want to build this business with, people that you want to lead this business with. Elijah, you got something to say about the 50 customers and 50 distributors? Let's see if you've been paying attention after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you first brought this up, you said the basic of billions and you maneuver into them and how they're in order. I mean, obviously, you say based off their why, that's gonna determine really how big the list is and what side gets more, I won't say more weight, but what side has more potential. But I think what we did with my guy Nick, when it came to getting the whiteboard out and doing the work with them and say, hey, listen, okay, give me a list of your names. Who do you know from high school? Who do you know who go to your gym? Who do you know goes to your church? Who do you know? All these different communities, all these different activities that you do, those are networks. So when you say build a list, if you just say build a list, well, I mean, why am I building a list? I mean, I could build a list, but it's like you want to do the work with them and give them a title. Hey, listen, if you found a pot of gold, who would you want to share this with? Hey, listen, if you had an opportunity coming up and you can call it this is our year, who would you want to be a part of it? Give it a label, give it a title, whatever it is, just to jog the imagination. And as they're working through the names, going through the names, that's going to help build a list. And I think that the biggest part is just doing it with them because we know a lot more individuals than what we think we do.
Yeah, and it's very important that you build a list of 50. First of all, you never want to have a business with all distributors. Okay. You never, and when it comes to all customers, you're wanting people to build because distributors are looking for a check. Customers are looking for a product and a service. Okay. So meaning that customers, they're not necessarily going to go out there and share the product and service. I'll often say that customers are addition. They may share it every once in a while if they get some good results. If they get, good, whatever it is, they'll share their results with individuals. But in the back of their mind, they're not thinking they're trying to get a check. When it comes to distributors, they're only purely just building, just building the business and making money. But distributors, they often come and go. Something goes wrong with the company, something goes wrong with the whatever the case may be. They look for the next golden star, they look for the next silver lining, whatever the case may be, they're looking for the next big thing. All right. So distributors, you got to have 50-50. You want to balance those out. Elijah, what you got to say about that?
I mean, honestly, it reminds me way back when there was kind of like the 5K clubs. I know Mr. Bugs was on like a magazine saying lead with customers, right? Lead with them because like you said, that's your retention. That's really your security. And I remember it got to the point where if the customers really fall in love with it, they're going to end up building it anyway without even realizing it. So it's kind of like that DNA strand where it's like, okay, if you just want to use the product, go ahead. And they'll fall in love with the product. And eventually, there you go, they're going to start sharing it, and you're going to see that they're going to start dancing back and forth like a tennis ball, and you're going to see the customers become builders, the builders fall in love with the customer side. And it's like, I remember when we say, when you get someone started, you want to plug them into different rooms because you want to develop more whys in them. If the business side isn't moving and grooving, maybe they're making money in trades, maybe they're in love with the travel, and that's going to offset while they catch up on the building side, and then vice versa.
Yeah, you said something very important. You said customers become distributors. There's people on the line that I've heard their story where they simply signed up for maybe iGo, or they signed up for the trading, and then they go to an event and they see the whole picture and they get super, super excited about it, right? So that's very, very important. We often say incubating, right? They're always incubating. They're just trying out the products. And you may have individuals that say, before I start building, I want to test out the product. I want to test out the community. I want to test out the services before I do anything or share this with my network. And I understand that. So you will have individuals move from customer to distributor. Now, here's the thing about distributors. Distributors, they're already customers anyways. We pay every single month, so we're considered customers anyways because we're using the product. We're using we're paying our subscription every single month. We are considered a customer as well. But you will have some builders that may slack off and say, you know what, I just want to just try the products and just use the products. The building side, I don't know, maybe they ran out of gas, but those individuals may oftentimes come back. So 50-50 is very, very important. I often tell people when I first get them started, develop your why, develop your story, and on top of that, do you know 50 individuals that will love this community, will love this platform, will love this product? And do you know 50 individuals that are money hungry, driven, they just inspired to change the world? I want to talk to those individuals first so that we can start your front line, right? Your front line, your foundation of people that we're going to be talking to blast us out to the customers. Is this making sense, you guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I say a quick thing?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah, and I see it a lot with people who want to come in as a customer and trading. And there's some people that I love the fact that you want it to happen organically. You want the person to start out trading, and then they see, oh, I have a lot of friends who want to do this with me. And then they decide to become a customer. A big mistake a lot of builders make, they want to turn someone who wants to be a customer into a builder. Yeah. And then you end up with a really bad builder and you lost a good customer. So I like the fact that you want it to happen organically, because I have a lot of people who would say, I just want to be a customer. And then it's be like, oh, my friend says she want to do it with me. Okay, so now you automatically want to become a distributor now, because that's how you can get the person in with you. So I usually tell people, don't try to turn somebody from what they want, what they love, because now you're just going to have a bad, a bad builder and no customer.
Go ahead, Elijah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Rich, I think that's major, man, because we always say like you can't force feed them, right? It's gonna turn them off. But I think that's why this community and like this industry specifically is so powerful, because you're not necessarily asking someone to do something completely new. You're just asking them to be more intentional. And anytime something good happens to people, they're naturally gonna want to share it anyway. So that's when you were saying you don't force them immediately. You just say, hey, listen, I just want to trade. And then they say, oh, okay, hold on, I made like $1,000 this week. And then, they're sharing that with their friends. And then you see the multiplication. So I think you hit on the nail on the head when it comes to letting them naturally progress down the road, because they're going to share it anyway. And if you're sharing it, you're building the business. You just don't see it that way when you start.
Yeah, it goes back to what I talked about last week. The 4 different things was: 1 was excitement, 2 was motivation, 3 was inspiration. There's 5 of them actually. 4 was development, and 5 was creation. So with that being said, when individuals are trying to force, you can't force an excited person to be a creator. You can't force a motivator to be an inspirator. You got to keep those people in those certain rooms. What you need to do is go out there and find more people. Let them, because like FX just said, you will turn away some individuals that want to just use the products and not really, tell their friends. They don't want to talk to their family members. They don't want to talk to, and this is why network marketing has a bad name, because of people doing stuff like that. Just being honest with you. And what that tells me is you ran out of people on your list. You ran out of people, your warm market, your cold market. You're not really talking to new people. You're trying to depend on the people that you have to go out there and do the work that you should be doing anyways. So let the customers be customers. Let the builders be builders too. Let the builders be builders, right? There's some Mr. Bugs was in a coffee business and didn't drink coffee, but he was a builder though. No one forced him, hey man, you need to drink this coffee, man, because you in this company, you gotta drink this coffee. No, Mr. Bugs would have found another company. He just saw that everybody in the world loves coffee and he wanted to service to the world, not service to himself. So very, very important what you just said, FX. Does anybody else have anything to say about that?
Hey, Mr. Gibson. I just like what you just said. Because sometimes you have people that would say, well, I want to do something that I'm passionate about, or that, a lot of times it be hobbies. But you just said how when it comes to Mr. Buzz, he didn't drink coffee, but he saw that the world drinks coffee. And I think like that's how I look at things. It's not about what I like, or or what it is that I'm passionate about. I mean, I'm passionate about impacting people, but what does the world like? And then that's how you really can start to create some income when you move what you like to do and look at what the world like to do.
Yeah, no, I think that's major, T, for sure. For sure. I mean, Mr. Gibson gives the example all the time when he sat down with an individual at Bellagio in Vegas, and Bellagio is known for gambling, and he sat down with the CEO and he said, "Hey man, listen, what's your favorite thing to play? Is it blackjack? Is it the slots? What is it?" And he was like, "I don't gamble." I don't gamble. You own Bellagio and you don't gamble? No, I don't gamble. So why'd you do it? People love to gamble. So you get into business not for what you said, T, for your needs, but you go into seeing how can I service the most amount of people, and there's a longevity to it. And I think that's where the maturity comes in as a business owner.
Awesome. And if I may add, D Money here, Bob Proctor and even Napoleon Hill made a reference to, if you want to make money, the job is the worst way to do it. You render a service, something you're passionate about, and then that's how you make your millions. So I concur.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, you understand people's mindsets when they understand that they're not there to service themselves, they're there to service other people. Warren Buffett even said it, make what you love a hobby, make what other people love a business. And you got to understand that when it comes to you joining this business. And right now, what do we have? How can we service individuals? Well, the world has shifted up right now. The world it has taken a turn, and people are confused. Financial gains. They don't know how to earn income in this new economy. They don't know how to make money in the marketplace, which is what the banks have been doing for years. There's new ways of earning income online. No one understands that your network is your net worth. Okay, so we have all those different things that we can really share individuals and build a service around them. But you guys got to be the voice and share your stories, because your story is going to do what it does best in a huge way. So absolutely. Anybody else?
There was a question, Mr. Gibson, in the chat. Let me see. I think Tierra. I think it's Tierra. She said, what advice do you have for someone who's not used to finding people and not used to placing them in a certain category? Most people learn how to be the one categorized.
Tierra, kind of go deeper into that. Can you unmute your line?
Okay, so basically what I mean is, so a lot of people, so say you grow up and you're like, I want to be a doctor, and they're just focused on being a doctor, and then they want to turn into a businessman, and then they got to find people, but all they know is doctors. So what advice do you have with someone transitioning in that aspect?
Um, if somebody is from what my understanding is, if somebody is in a different industry and they're looking to join this industry, but they're a doctor per se, you use doctor. So if somebody's a doctor, but you're trying to get them to join this business.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, what does doctors need for them to make money?
Certificate, lots of schooling, experience.
People.
No, they need people.
They need patience.
What does churches need for them to stay alive?
People.
What does gyms need for them to stay alive?
More people.
What does banks need?
People and robbing you blind.
People and money. Everything requires people. So the best doctors have the most network, have the biggest network, because of them providing the best service as well. So I would, whenever I bring somebody in that's in a different industry, if they have their own gym, if they have their own salon, if they have their own barbershop, if they have their own, it doesn't matter what it is. I often say, hey, listen, do you know people that this can benefit off of in your own network? And majority of the time they do. And if they don't, here's the kicker as well. Because Paplin had a good point. Paplin said, okay, baby. Paplin said that she wasn't broke, busted, disgusted. She was doing pretty well. But so for instance, if somebody that didn't have a network, I would tell them, hey, listen, well, then you need to join this environment for you to tap into my network. I'm so sorry, you guys. This was unexpected this morning. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Elijah, what do you have to say about that?
Honestly, Mr. Gibson, you hit the nail on the head, because regardless of what you're building, you're going to need a network. Regardless. And Mr. Bugs talked about it on his other call that we just had. No matter what your profession is, if you're trying to build something, you want to be a part of communities like this. You want to be a part of environments like this that's going to build your network for you. We always talk about like the little quadrants, the little 4 quadrants and all that stuff. How if you really want to earn income, yes, you want to provide the service, but you need a system. If you don't have a system, then you just own the job. So to me, the main thing that I always look at is, if we have a system for everything else, why don't you have a system for building your network? Why would you do it one by one? Why not be a part of a community that's going to build it organically? And all you have to do is add the value, be someone who contributes, and you're going to reap the benefits as a byproduct of giving the most to the community. And as the community grows, the network grows, your reach grows as well. So to me, it's always a no-brainer.
So to answer your question, when it comes to the doctor, let's say this person's a doctor and they have some patients. And I would have a conversation with the doctor and say, hey, listen, doctor, what's the main thing that people complain about when they come and sit in your chair? I would ask more questions is what I would do. And I would ask questions that targets my business. Hey, Dr. Smith, what's some of the things that your people are your clients are really complaining about when they sit down, besides the health situation that they're going through? Oh, well, they're talking about their family and this and that. Okay, do you know individuals that can utilize this platform and utilize? Yeah, I believe I do. They all they're doing is talking to people all day long. All you have to do is just listen to individuals, and they'll tell you what's going on. So I would try to turn their mindsets around. It doesn't matter if there was a doctor, a pastor, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try to turn their mindsets around on the network that they already have. They can now benefit off of that, and also their network can benefit off of them as well. This is the number one thing that I say all the time. I say this all the time. I say, sorry, you guys, Jesus. I say, are you getting paid off the network that you have today? This is one question I ask to people all the time. Are you getting paid off your network that you have right now? Because your income is based off the network that you have right now. In most cases, no. But we throw out that quote all the time. Your network is your net worth. We throw it out there all the time, and we don't have no doggone clue what the heck we're talking about. My mom is in the business. My dad is in the business. My brother's in the business. My sister's in the business. My dog has an account. I'm just playing, you guys. they all are in the business. Why? Because my network is my net worth. Who has something to say? Let's keep talking about your network as your net worth. Who has something to say about this?
I mean, it reminds me of all the apps. If you download any social media app or any networking type of deal, the first question they're going to ask you is, hey, can we have access to your friends? Or, hey, this app will be a lot more fun if you bring your friends to the platform. And like the language is different, but essentially the company is saying, hey, listen, I see you're coming to my platform. I know you have a bunch of people on your phone. You're not going to earn off the network. Bring them to our platform so we can get paid off of it. So it's already happening, but the positioning, the power dynamics is different when you flip it around and say, hey, listen, I'm going to earn with the individuals who's already a part of my network. So I think that's one of the major things. Anybody else want to share?
Yes, likewise, D Money here. When it comes to seeing a show, going to the movies, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get people to go with us, but we're not getting paid. Somebody else is. When it comes to a product, a purse, shoes, a suit, a hat, we are talking about what we like and where we got it from. We're just not the ones getting paid. And we're saying, switch that. If you're going to advertise, if you're going to tell them about the product or service, you want your cut. Why not do it? It grows your net worth via your network. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Every day we're either talking about a person, a product, a service, or an idea. So we're always selling every single day, for sure.
We're selling all the time. I got on the Fendi shirt right now. I got on the hat, LA hat. We're walking billboards every single day. Walking billboards every single day. So you got to understand that your network is your net worth. You have to you have to start looking at this world as a business. This is a business. It's a business.
Yeah.
And when you start identifying that and start seeing it as that way, your communication. That's why Bob told me years ago, change your conversation to earn some compensation. You're already talking about a product, service, idea, or person every day anyways. So why not change what you're talking about for you to put some money in your pocket? Your network is your net worth. Who else, you guys?
Yeah, and I like the way you're explaining this, because Tia, her question was basically saying, what if you're that person who don't really know anybody, and you were focused on one thing, and now the amateur would say, go and find more people, but I just love the way you're breaking it down to let her know that no matter what you're in, there are people out there. You just have to talk to them, ask them questions, and you're going to find out how you can be of service to them, how you can solve their problem. So sometimes instead of just saying, just go and find people, you just explain why you're going to go out there and find those people. Find what you can do to solve their problem. And they could be in any category.
Yeah, and I think that's major, Rich. And something that shifted for me was even like, because I was in a position when I got started, I felt like my network wasn't strong enough, or like where it wasn't in alignment with where the goal was. So immediately I was like, okay, I gotta find new people. I don't know anybody. You say we don't know anybody. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't know anybody. And so I started first off writing down my story, like we started earlier for the first B in the basis to billions, the why part, because your story is, we say this, the relatability, but also those are like, I look at it as different baits. Hey, listen, I'm a mom. Hey, listen, I'm a brother. Hey, listen, I'm a volunteer coordinator. Hey, listen, I volunteer in my church. Hey, all those different avenues, they're all different baits of it's like a bucket. It's like a bucket that you can go into and you either know people in there or people know you, and you're more connected than what you think you are. All you're doing is you're putting on new glasses so you can see a new picture. And once you see, okay, we actually do have some sort of relationship, it kind of opens your mindset to say, okay, I could build off of this. And you start picking up momentum.
But like FX just said, amateurs say, well, go ahead and find 5 more people. You can't, no, you gotta massage their mental muscle. You gotta massage their imagination. You can't just say go find 5 more people. No. It's the story, your story, developing your story and the network, meaning the 50 customers and the 50 right? And the 50 in the 50 she's over here smiling. In the 50 distributors that you have, that goes in alignment with the network that you just joined. When I first got started, my network was terrible. Okay, my network wasn't in an alignment with where I was trying to go. Okay, I had a broke network. Okay, I had my high school friends, college friends. So now I'm not saying you can't build a business with them. You can, and you should start where you are. But it was my story of me going to an event, me going to a seminar, and seeing these wealthy individuals, and I wanted to change my net so that it continually work. I'll often say, if your network isn't working, you need to change your net until it works. So I changed my net, meaning I changed my environment, and I started being friends with the community that I was in. And I was telling my friends about the community that I was in, and I was using that as my story for them to join the community. Now it was up to them to join the community. So I was so the community, the developing your why, your story goes hand in hand with you finding your 50 customers and you finding your 50 distributors. That's all it is. It both goes hand in hand. So if you don't have a network, well, then you need to be a part of a network. If your network is not all that good, well, then you need to go join a better network. If you do have a network, well, then you can put your network in a better network, and you guys can make money off of each other, okay? And we can grow together. Does this make sense? Angel, go ahead.
Yeah, it was great sense, and it actually triggered something in my mind that realizing when you're working on you, I mean, in this environment, they're teaching you how to work on you mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. And so when you start going into those environments, to the gym, when you go to the library, when you want to go get books, any of these environments, you're going to be immersed with individuals all the time. If they start seeing you consistently show up to these places, they're going to start approaching you and wondering what you're doing. And that's what I've been noticing, that you just keep working on you, and it's like you actually start attracting those individuals. And I think what's important too is you want to get the right people on the bus. So if you keep working on you, you may attract the right people on your bus. I'm pulling that quote from a book that I just read from. It's called Good to Great by Jim Collins. It's a really good book.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it's really saying you should never run out of your warm market should never run out. Ever. If you're collecting friends all day long, you should never run out of warm market. You should never run out of people that people to talk to, ever. Unless you're staying at home. Even if you're staying at home, you can be on social media all day long and be a part of communities, Facebook communities, Instagram communities, TikTok community. I mean, you can be a part of all these communities. And this is why I told somebody the other day, I said, people join certain people on social media for a reason. They join for the community. So when you reach out to them, they're looking for an opportunity. They're following this person because they're wanting an opportunity. They're wanting to grow. They're following law of attraction because they want something to happen in their life that's going to be in abundance in some type of area in their life. So you just reach it. You're never going to run out of people is what I'm trying to say. You should always be putting customers and distributors on your list. You should always be collecting friends, is what we talk about. So we got developing your why, developing your story. We got the building your list of 50 customers, 50 distributors, people that want to build a business, people that want to multiply, people that want to create with you. All right, like FX said, don't try to push the customers into being a distributor. Let them incubate, let them choose for themselves, move on to the next level. Then the third one is having 4 opportunity calls. All right, whenever I bring somebody into business, I make sure that they have 4 opportunity calls. This is very, very important. The reason why I do this is because of this. I don't want them to just have one call and get super excited for one call, then they could be confused. You want to make sure that you bam fam them to the next call. Bam, every single time you see us do flight school or an event, we always have the next event in mind. We always have the next date in mind, the next call in mind. We always have the next event or the opportunity call in mind. We always have something next in mind. Why? Because you want to bam fam book a meeting from a meeting. You want to make sure that you get them excited for the next big thing, because what you don't want is somebody getting excited and then they jump off the call and they're like, well, when's the next deal? And they're confused. People don't make decisions based off of confusion. I'm just letting you know that right now. You want them to be super, super clear on what they're doing. Make sure that you put book 4 opportunity events in person, online, whatever the case may be, on their calendar back to back. All right. Back to back. That tells me that I have a solid leader. That tells me that I have somebody that wants to build. That tells me that I have somebody that wants to grow this business and not play around with it and earn some money and make sure that they have a good success story in their first 30 days. See, them 4 opportunity calls is going to make sure that they have a good success story in the first 30 days. You don't want individuals join this business and they're like, who's heard this before? I mean, I've been a part of this organization I've heard this a couple times now this week. Man, I've been a part of this now for about 1.5 years, man, 2 years, man. I've been building this for free. I haven't got a check yet. Well, have you did an event? No. Have you put anybody on 3-way calls? No. Have you? Well, of course you built it for free. Yeah. You've been building it for free. Absolutely. Well, it hasn't been free because you got aisle ship. Yeah, you build it for free. You're not getting paid because you didn't do your opportunity call. You didn't do a launch. You didn't do a 3-way call. You didn't do. And I find it amazing that I'm talking to some of you guys and I'm doing, and I'm grateful that you guys are doing it. And you guys are finally doing your opportunity calls. And some of you guys have been part of this for now 4 years, 5 years. You had never did opportunity call? Never did opportunity call? I did the opportunity call before I was even in the business. I did my first opportunity call before I even signed my name in Ibüümerang. I was already lining up my people. So for you, you want to make sure you have your 4 deals booked. And what I tell people all the time when I bring them into business, make sure you have 4 opportunity calls booked. Who has something to say about this?
I would just say it's very important. It's a business, and a lot of people they share away from the 4. But if you're not doing the work, then how can you expect to make money? And then we have systems in place. There's a lot of calls that you can, even if you can't attend, making your goal to get someone on a call that's already is happening. That's why it's important to have systems in place. So you saying that I don't have time, or you don't, or this time's not good, it doesn't matter if you able to attend. Get them on the call and trust the people that you inviting your people to the call to do the work. Let the leaders do the work for you, and you can still get paid. So turn it back over to you, Mr. Gibson.
That was
Well, here's another comment very quickly, D-Money. When you have the people signing up to do event and bam famming, you're doing it while they're hot. You're going off their emotion. They're excited. You want to lock them in. Now, that's the business side. But you also want to have fun with them to show them the lifestyle and how easy it really is. And sometimes you have a leader who says, I will do your first presentation. You'll do the next one with me. And then baby, boom, you work it. You get them running while they're hot and you want them to taste the money right away. Those that sit back, they're like, the fire starts dimming and going out a lot faster because you don't have the buy-in. They're not as excited. If the embers are even burning at all, by the end of a week or two. So you need them running and excited, going on the emotion. Again, Bob Proctor tells us about the levels we go through. Back to you.
You know, D-Money, you said something very important, because more times than not, how you get someone started is gonna be how they build a business. And I think that's why really this 4Bs is you're giving each individual a system, a standard way of getting started, which is why the leadership is the biggest check, because you need your newest individual to be not only have the expectation that this is a business, but you want them moving and grooving so they have an expectation, they have a standard that's actually productive to where they want to be. Because for a lot of individuals, I know for me when I got started, I didn't necessarily have the same for launch, blah, 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 blah. And you get into a rhythm of like, you get a concept of this is what it means to build a business. This is not what it means to build a business. So the 4Bs is super essential. Again, going from the story to the network, the story, how clear that story is, we want to put that story on the opportunity calls. Hey, listen, you want to make money fast or slow? Hey, listen, you want to achieve this goal fast or slow? Fast. Awesome. Do you want to take a step forward Tuesday or Thursday? Oh, I want to do Tuesday. Matter of fact, I want to do both. Awesome. I could do 2 or I could do 7. Which one? Awesome. We could do 7. Well, listen, share this with just 5 people, not a lot of people, just your 5, and bring them on the line. It's going to be a huddle up. We're going to call this your positioning call. And we're going to huddle up and we're going to share with them what's about to happen and how they could all benefit in a major way. They're going to get on that line and they're going to share the story. They're going to share their excitement, and you're already getting them moving to where they need to be. And you're setting that level of expectation so that they know what to do and continue it. And then as you mature into leadership, now you can bring them into to their second opportunity call and start having them be more intentional. Hey, listen, before we get on the line, I want you to pay attention to the things I do share, the things I don't share. Awesome. You have the conversation. They get off the line. Hey, listen, so what did you learn from that? So now you're maneuvering into the show, shadow, duplicate, and you're moving into the duplication portion so that when they have their newest babies, they can do the same thing. And then you get the rhythm, the movement. You start getting that tide that's going to raise all the ships. So I think the 4Bs is super essential, especially having opportunity calls, because all the individuals doing, when we say an opportunity call, they're just sharing a story. They're sharing their excitement about the product. They're sharing their story about the individual. They're sharing their story about the community. And that's very essential for sure.
Wow.
And one other thing, Mr. Eli and Mr. Darrin, we also have to reframe our minds. We think if we're not in front of a Zoom, or some, let me not generalize like that. Some believe you have to have a whole group, when sometimes it's a one-on-one or 2-on-1, sometimes it's a lunch. But you start somewhere, and then you want it to multiply and compound, because you get bigger results with the larger groups. But don't, as I say, poo-poo on the talking to the person at the grocery store and then bam-famming them to something else. Or talking to your friends while you're out and meeting new friends and then getting the Zoom going. All of it counts. You're telling your story. You're sharing an opportunity. We have to look at it again, as Mr. Darrin said, business, look at the world as business. Everybody's making money. Somebody made $1 million today before we even got out of bed. We won't in. Reframe it. Back to you.
Wow.
No, the 4 opportunity calls is very, very important. And you definitely, what Elijah just said, it's practice. You first time you show them, show and tell type of deal, then you get them to do it. And because your whole goal is for duplication. I'm sorry, FX, go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking, man. Elijah made a great point there, and was talking to one of my brothers this morning, Sean, and he made a point too that we gotta treat this like a business. You got to be a business person, and HB always says it. You don't want to be a network. You don't want to be a networker. You want to be a business person. And the way Elijah just broke it down, you're not telling them I'm going to make you a business person. You're showing them how they are going to be a business person, and they're not going to be a networker. And you were describing those people who've been in here, who've been in the business for a year and a half now and haven't done anything because they're a networker. And they're treating this like it's a lottery ticket, right? They figure they'll get in network marketing and it's automatically going to start working for them without doing business. So as the money just said, this is a business. You got to treat it like a business. People hear that word and they want to run the other direction. So maybe we got to show it to them and demonstrate to them, and don't even let them know they're doing business. They're network marketing, right? So, right.
Now, Rich, that's major because, and that's going back to Tiara's question, about what if you have a doctor or whatever it is, and they're looking to maneuver into a new industry. This industry is really the bridge between corporate or your 9 to 5 and straight business owner. It's literally the middle ground. So I think that's major as well, Rich, for sure.
No, he brought up a good point too, because FX, when you got to let them know the expectations before they even do any work. Let them know what your expectations are when you get them started, because they're going to get mad at you. They're never going to take full responsibility of them not making any money. They're going to get mad, folks. You guys know they are going to get mad at you. They're not going to take, most individuals don't take full responsibility of why they're not making any money in the business. They're going to blame, they need somebody to blame, they're going to blame you. I guarantee you every single time. So what I tell them all the time is I let them know and say, hey, listen, this is my expectations. Let's have 4 events this week. Let's start lining up your people so that we can put some money in your pocket. If you do it, that's on you. If you don't do it, that's on you as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which is moving me to the last one, which is book the next meeting. Meaning they have booked, they bought their ticket, they're coming to the next meeting. This tells me if I have a solid leader, a solid person that wants to become a leader, a solid person that wants to become a multi-6 or 7-figure income earner, because I can't do nothing with you if you don't show up and show up. I can't do anything with you if you don't participate in your own rescue. I can't do anything with you. So it tells me when I know I have somebody, when they are coming to the next meeting, showing up to the next event, sharing their screens, whatever the case may be, taking notes, I know I have somebody that can be a potential leader within an organization. So whenever, these are all the 4 things that I go through with individuals when I bring them into business, but if they have not invested money, time into their business for the next event, then I don't know if I have a solid leader. Elijah, what you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Buck says all the time, you don't really have a recruit until they bought their ticket to the next event and they have at least 2 people sponsoring, two people in their organization. Until then, they're probably still incubating. Maybe they're still getting it together. But I think that event really is the deal breaker, because you'll see what people value based off of their calendar and their checkbook. Where people put their time and the money, that's where you see where the value is. So if they're not investing to the next event, then that's already a little telltale sign that you got to maneuver them into where they need to be if they're serious.
Yeah, I agree with you, Elijah. And events are definitely important, because like Mr. Gibson say, you don't see with your eyes, you see through your eyes. And a lot of people don't really understand that. So, me being in a small town, a population of 500, you don't have a lot of entrepreneurs. You don't have a lot of, people that understand investing and things like that. And so if that's all that you see, you're going to, that's the environment. That's the thing that you move off of. So it's important for me to attend events and things like that, because when you're in a small bubble, you don't really understand how big the world is. So when you go to events, you get to experience like different things, and you see that it's bigger than your environment, your bubble that you in. And so that's why it's definitely important for events.
I mean, T is super important because, and I agree with that, because your environment can be the cap, especially when it comes to the exposure. Events are so important because, one, they build your story. Every time you go to an event and you get a new experience, one is shifting your belief system, because the number one thing to me when it comes to this industry is it's hard to see. It's just like a habit. It's just like thinking. No one sees a thought, no one sees a habit. You can only see the action. You only see the effects of the habits, right? You see the effects of the thoughts. So when it comes to networking, network marketing, you have to market your network. No one sees the network. If you want to be a doctor, this is my path. Okay, cool. Hey, listen, I want to be an engineer. Okay, this is my path. Hey, listen, I want to be a nurse. There's a clear path for every other industry, but when it comes to networking, there's not a visible, clear picture. So when people go to events, they're getting around the environment because network marketing is built off of people. You're getting around the people and you're saying, okay, wow, this is real. Wow, this is real. Okay, wow. And it's making the picture get clearer because we say vision is caught, not taught. Every time I go to the event, I get a little puzzle piece to my puzzle, and I'm saying, okay, my vision got a little bit clearer. I have a different image. And that's why this business is also super important, because the ability to scale. If you want to get big bucks, you got to solve big problems. And in this industry, you're solving communication. You're solving vision, you're solving leadership, you're solving behavior patterns, you're solving emotional resilience. These are all intangible things, and since they're intangible, people can't see the work. But also on the flip side, because they're intangible, the possibility to scale is unlimited. So they go hand in hand, and so the events really just make it real, and they bring it all together.
Yeah, I've never, I've never seen a millionaire that didn't attend the events. I just never seen it. I've never seen them recognize somebody with, you guys know, with no face on there, or it's just black and white. I've never seen them recognize anybody with a black and white picture saying, congratulations to Joe Smo, and you don't even know who Joe Smo is. You don't even know what he looks like. I've never seen that before. Never seen it. So like my mentor always said, maybe not all the people there are earning 6 or 7 figures, but all the 6 and 7 figure earners are there.
Oh, wow.
And I'm always, it's you got to invest into yourself. It shows that you're serious. It shows that you really want it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have something to say about that as we end this off in about 5 minutes? And I believe, Stina, I made you co-host. I'll let you share the screen for everybody.
Yeah, this was awesome this morning.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, Mr. Gibson, you're just telling us to show up for our own rescue. Basically, we've got to put in the work. We've got to be available. We've got to be in the room, and get the vision and the passion of what this system offers. We are problem solvers. That's one thing that you've said pretty much throughout the whole sharing today. Everybody said that in some way, form, or fashion, that we're problem solvers. And, the value that we offer to people, is the connecting point, and those stories, they tell the value, so appreciate this so much.
And it's all about figuring it out, man. I'm our theme right now is figure it out. And this morning I heard that I had to, have my child, and I'll try to put her to bed before this call. And she's been up and doing things, but I'm like, I'm still gonna do the call. I'm gonna figure it out. And that's the benefits of what this business can do for you to build something at home, and still take care of your family and still earn some money while you're doing it. So you got to figure it out. You have to, I'm telling you, we figure out everything else. We figured out, I'll never forget, somebody told me, you figured out a way for you to stay broke. Now you got to figure out a way for you to get rich. We have learned the obedience of how to stay broke, and we got to learn the obedience of how to get wealthy and get rich. And that's the name of the game. Right now, we have 2 things right now. We have 1, we have a responsibility. 2, we have an accountability. So everybody on this line has a responsibility, but everybody on this line will not take accountability for what they need to do. So it's up to you to take accountability. And the ones that take accountability are the ones that are leaders. Everybody's not going to take accountability, but everybody does on this line have a responsibility. And we all have to put in our share of what we need to do. But the real ones, the ones that make the big bucks, the ones that really make things happen, they're the ones that's going to get recognized on stage and looked at as an industry changer, motivational shaker, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it. Those are the individuals that's going to figure it out. FX, you have something to say as well as we end this thing off?
Oh man, you just blew my mind with that statement you just made. Sounds simple, but having responsibility and then accountability, that made, it sounded like it's just another cliche, but I guess, you hear what you need to hear. So I guess, that's when I heard that part about the accountability part, and that when what I wanted to say just went right up my head. So, but you're right to that. You're just right, man, because we got to be more accountable moving forward. It's just simple as that.
And this is what the company's looking for. The company's looking for creative people. The company's looking for people that want to be creative and do something. Remember, every company's looking for a leader that's going to take them to the next level. And a lot of people that's just in the responsibility realm, they're waiting for the company to take accountability. No, they do need to take accountability, but we need to do our part and do what we need to do best, which is come together. And that's why I'm so excited for the next event. I'm super excited for what's about to happen. And I took accountability to have this event, and now you guys had to take responsibility to show up and show out for Mr. Bugs. Two more people that ain't gonna let the thing go, you guys.
Oh yes, it was okay. That came back to me. It was about the event. Okay, yeah. Mr. Bugs and Darrin Gibson is going to be there on Saturday. They're going to be doing their thing. What to do with a dollar, figuring it out. But on Sunday, guys, for those of us who love to trade, me and Diane Hardy, we are going to be trading. We're going to be teaching you how to trade. This is from beginners to the people who are more seasoned. All right. And on Monday, I'll do coffee and charts from there, and we'll also markets open. So, for those of us who want to make that, multiply those dollars, Sunday and Monday, guys, you don't want to miss it.
Absolutely.
And one more shameless plug, the ladies, we call it GPS Ladies Leveling Up. We're getting together for an event, and want more information? Reach out. WhatsApp Dorcas Riddick, aka D Money.
Money.
And that will be hosted in the house that on the lake house, right? That we got. Okay, perfect.
Yes, sir. Right on the lake.
All right, perfect. Well, they'll get more information once Stina pulls up the slide for them to reach out to you. Anybody else, guys? Before we let this thing go, one more person. Any aha moments? Okay, perfect. Well, listen, guys, I'm super excited. Mr. Bugs has his event coming up. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. I for sure will be on there. And then bam fam that to the next deal, which is the event that's coming up in Indiana. Reach out to me. We've already closed off some of the stuff already, but reach out to me. We got shirts and all that stuff made. Please reach out to me on what you guys want to do. Shoot me a text. And we have virtual live and everything. Elijah, you got anything to say?
Honestly, I'm just ready for this event. I feel like you know when there's going to be an event that really shifts a lot of things. I have a feeling that this is going to be the one to do it. We've been in Indiana back and forth a few times, but this one event, from the title to the season, we're moving to Q4. Christmas is coming up. People are starting to get a little bit more serious. So when it comes to business, it's all about timing, and I feel as though the time is right. So honestly, I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to the newest individuals who are going to be there. My team, the bigger team, all over the place. and looking to blowing this thing up in a major way, because I've seen where the company was. I see we're doing this right now. We're going uphill, but we can really blow this thing up in a major way. So looking forward to getting creative. I'm seeing a lot of individuals step up, and I'm right there with Rich. Rich said, "Hey, listen, it sounds like a cliche, but you have the responsibility, but now maneuvering to the accountability, that's major. That's major, because I know when everyone gets on the same page and we get that synergy, it's gonna just blow us out the water in a major way."
Well, I'm super excited. I'm super excited because, you know, us together as a team, we came together yesterday and we got some big goals that we want to accomplish before the event and after the event. I want to put some money in you guys' pockets. I know you guys want to do the same thing. So we're coming together as a mastermind, and we're about to really create something really huge. And with Mr. Buzz coming out here, I want you guys to have some results before he comes and then some results after he comes. We're even having a contest as well. We're having a lot of fun stuff that a lot of you guys are missing out on. My number's on there. Shoot me a text if you guys are not a part of the community that we have. And I want to get you guys connected so that you guys can be a part of what we're doing. Because some of you guys, you're just kind of in limbo land. Some of you guys are in management mode or maybe just in coasting mode. And now it's time to get into creative mode. Okay, so let's set the goal, you guys. The year's not over yet. We can really take this thing and really rock and roll with it. I'm super excited for everything that we have going on with this event. And I'm super excited for you guys to connect with me. I'm already getting text messages right now as we speak. So I'll shoot you guys a text message after this. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. My apologies for today with the child, but hopefully she didn't make too much noise. But let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Thanks, Elijah, for hosting. Clap it up for him for the first time hosting you guys. He's also bringing up Mr. Bugs in Indiana as well, so I want him to practice. But also he has the most guests coming right now, so that's why he's hosting today, because he has the most guests coming. So love you guys. Reach out to me. I'll see you guys on the next flight school next week, and more importantly, I'll see you guys on there's no flight school, I believe, right? Because Mr. Bugs is having his his. Make sure you guys join that as well with Mr. Bugs. I'm super excited for that, and I will see you guys right after that in Indiana. Love you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Awesome call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Great call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
call.